Hey, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, here we are with American Truck Simulator. We're going to see how this runs today with the motion sim. I've been giving this some game time, and I'm really enjoying it. It's quite a change of pace from the racing sims, that's for sure. Certainly not as much crazy motion sim action in American Truck Sim, but it's very realistic, and because of the tweaks available within American Truck Sim itself, with adjusting how much movement's in the cabin, how much stiffness is in the suspension of the truck, etc., that coupled with sim tools actually gives you a pretty nice result. It feels pretty cool. What's this, 25 grand for this job? I'm taking the job. Now guys, whether we do the whole drive in this video or not, that remains to be seen. But we're going to give this a crack so you can have a look at how this is all working with the sim. It's actually quite addictive, this game. I've actually been giving this a fair bit of play time. Now I'm not 100% happy with my field of views here with this truck, a little bit too low. And I'm across to the right a little bit here. Let's center our head tracking. That's better. But I still think I'm a little bit low. I'm going to just make some seat adjustments here and lift myself up a little bit. Couple of clicks there. Might come back on this a little bit as well on the actual field of view. Yeah, I can see out of my mirrors perfectly fine. This is where the head tracking, guys, really comes in handy with this game. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Time to hit the road.
Oh, yes, it is. I've got my sat-nav guy. Oh, yes. Take our park brake off. I just need to check my splitter system here. Right. I just need to make a quick change. Oh, actually, I can't be bothered. My splitter's not set up in the way that I would like it set up. Oops, we're in the wrong gear here. Because trucks use quite a lot of gears, guys, and the Fanatec H pattern shifter doesn't have enough gears, you have to have a split system. One of your buttons you need to utilise as a splitter to get into your higher gears. And I do a fair bit of gear skipping due to the fact that the low gears are very, very low. So depending on your load and the elevation,
turn right.
I've got my indicator set up on my paddle shifts on my Fanatec wheel. Now what I've really had to get used to, guys, is driving on the right hand side of the road. That is certainly something that has. Now we've got to go left here.
Keep left, then turn left.
That's something I've really had to get used to. Now our trailer's sort of skewed across the road here, which is not ideal. But what do you do when you've got a long load? We better be careful, there's the police over there. So what I've found, guys, is between sim tools and the options available within American Truck Simulator. Oh, I've stalled. I'm on a hill here and I've tried to start in second gear. What a disaster. So yeah, like I'm saying, guys, between the tweaks you've got in Sim Tools and within American Truck Simulator itself, it has quite a lot of tweaks you can adjust for suspension stiffness, your cabin stiffness, and stuff like that. So with those tweaks and Sim Tools tweaks, you can get it feeling pretty nice. It feels quite realistic. It's quite an addictive game, this game. I've been doing quite a few hours on this because you can do some pretty long hauls. It's been fantastic actually being able to see America without being there. And I'm going to America end of August. My wife and I are going to, we've got a wedding in Canada, and then we're going to head over because her relatives live in America. And so we're going to head to the States and have about a month in the States. So if we end up driving, this is going to give me a good bit of practice. For doing that, driving on the correct side of the road. We're going right here. Use that parking brake. Come on, what's the hold up here? So yeah, heading to America, end of August, September for about a month. Really looking forward to it. My bride's been there quite a few times. As I say, she's got quite a few rallies in the States, so she's been to the States a few times. I've never been there. My kids went on the last holiday with her, but I had to work, so I couldn't go with them. One of the biggest regrets of my life. But I'm looking forward to seeing the States. I shall do, my good friend. I shall do.
Keep left.
Whoop. Now, as embarrassing as this may seem, guys, I actually do have a heavy rigid license, believe it or not. Heavy rigid. I've never driven a combo like this with the trailer, but I do actually have a heavy rigid license, but it has been a while since I've driven a truck.
Keep left.
That's pretty cool. Force feedback in American Truck Sim is really good. Really like it. It's very strong, depending on how you make the adjustments. And of course, you know, with a truck, you're not going to have the movement in the motion sim that you would in a car. Obviously, you know, these guys have got big, soft, sloppy suspension, but it does translate into the sim quite nicely. Very slow, sort of, you know. Movements, but I think it feels quite realistic. I've had to convert everything as far as the speed and distance and stuff like that to kilometres, guys. Otherwise, it just does my head in trying to work stuff out in miles. Those bumps and everything like that come through the sim quite nicely. Whoops. Oh, gee, that chicken looks nice. Whoops, again. Should be watching the road instead of the chicken. But that barbecue chicken on the side of that truck, that looked pretty damn good. The other thing I've got to get used to too, it seems like when you're in a slow vehicle, you've got to be in the right-hand lane in America. Well, in Australia, obviously, slow vehicles have to stay in the left lane. So that's taken me a little bit of getting used to. I just so badly want to sit in that left lane going slow, but you're meant to sit in the right. So everything is back to front to what we do in Australia as far as what we do on the road compared to America. I'm in a Peterbilt truck, 10 speed. I've got the range option selected with the transmission. Whoa. Well, that's the police there. And this is the sort of game you're going to play basically for the long haul of simulation. You know, they're quite long drives, and at the moment I've just got the base map pack, which is California, and you know, obviously it's not obvious, but yes, as I say, other than going to America now in August, I've never been to America before, so I'm trying to do a lot of looking around when I'm driving, which is, you know, not always a great idea when you're trying to drive, but I'm just trying to see the scenery. I assume this is pretty accurate. You can see the movement of the truck there, guys. If I start sort of getting on the steering wheel left and right a bit there, you can see how much movement's in the sim. It's pretty good. It's very responsive. It's very quick. Whoa! Sorry, buddy. Oh, jeez. They'll deport me from America before I even get there. No one coming down there. Now, I don't have a lot of fuel, I've just realised, so we're going to need to find a fuel station. I'm I'm going to need to get some diesel. I should have done that before I even left the trucking yard. I'm just going to go to world map, guys. Excuse me for a second, but I'm going to need to work out where I can get some fuel. Okay. There. I'd say I'd make it to that fuel station. I might even make it to that one, which is even less time off the road. Where am I? Back here. Probably wouldn't risk that. I might have to come to this station here. It's a bit annoying because I've got to go right off the highway to get to it, but or I could drop in here, I suppose. That's which one's less painful? It's probably 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I'll get back in the truck and we'll see what fuel I've actually got left. Can't actually see my fuel gauge there, and I'm driving all over the road trying to see the fuel gauge actually on the gauges, but it's on the right hand side in the little sat nav box there. It's got a fuel indicator, and I don't have a lot of fuel to start with.
Go straight on.
So we will have to stop at a servo, what we call a servo in Australia, service station, so we abbreviate that to servo. And I will need to stop at a service station to get some diesel. So I've just driven past that one, so we're definitely not stopping at that one. I'm speeding there. I better slow down a bit. I've got my speed warning indicator turned on, and I've got to interpret the speed signs in America. 55 miles an hour I think is about 90 kilometers an hour or something like that. Well, I'm doing, yeah, it is, so it's 90 kilometers an hour, because if I go over 90 there on my sat nav, it goes into the red. Kilometers an hour is not real fast on a highway. In Australia, any dual, what we call dual highway here, where you've got, you know, 2 lanes separate from each other, is normally 110 kilometres an hour. You've got dual carriageway like this, where we've got 2 lanes this side, 2 lanes separated by a medium strip in the middle. That would normally be 110 kilometres an hour here in Australia. And we do have some places like in the outback of Australia, between Adelaide and Darwin, for example. I think there's even still a couple of roads that have no speed limits. But most of Australia is 110 kilometres an hour if dual carriageway like this. If it's just 2 lanes out in the country, you know, out of the cities, it's 100 kilometres an hour. Just trying to bring myself back into that 90k an hour zone. There we go. And our next fuel station, we need to stop in and get some fuel. I think my fuel gauge, where is it? Oh, very hard to look at gauges and the road. Okay, so we've got a fuel station over in here, I think, but I've got to come back to it. But I'm going to have to come in here and get some fuel. need to turn the sensitivities down a little bit back on my brakes too. They're very...
Go straight on.
And I've just stalled the truck, can you believe it? And it won't start because it's in gear. There we go. Gonna need my park brake to... Come on, baby. Nah, I cannot start it on a hill. Come on. Oh, very, very lucky. That traffic behind me is just going to be saying, what the hell? Oh, you're joking. I was trying to get around here in second gear and it just won't do it on the slope.
Finding new route. Turn right.
Yes, I intend to do that, my friend, because we need to get fuel. Probably skipped a few too many gears there, but whatever.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Oh, this is going to be interesting to get in here with a trailer. Okay, mate, calm down. I can't turn right until I've got some fuel. Otherwise, we ain't going anywhere. Handbrake and turn the motor off, and then let's fill up. And this is just a matter of basically holding the enter key until your fuel is full. Now, my employer should pay for this, I'm pretty sure, because I'm actually working for somebody at the moment. Now, as you can see, guys, we call this a road train in Australia, where you've got like a combo. It's not just a trailer, but it's a combo. You've got a trailer and another trailer on that. So quite tricky to drive these. Okay, we've filled up with fuel. Handbrake off. And I've got to get back out with this big trailer. This is going to be... we can't go up there. I've got to get right around. This will be interesting. Skip into 8th gear there. Now, We have to go left up here.
Get ready to turn left.
See if we can't get any more embarrassing truck incidents
Turn
happening
left.
before the end of the video. I was going to stop the video, guys. I'll keep it on for a bit longer. I'm sure you're all getting a nice laugh out of my horrible truck driving.
Turn right. Turn right.
I should have tightened my H-pattern shifter up with an Allen key. It's very loose from driving with the racing sims, and it's really easy to put it into the wrong gear. Obviously the gear changing in a truck is a lot slower, or it should be a lot slower than changing gears in a racing car. You should be really giving it time to get your gears through. I mean, these are a synchro box in these trucks, I'm pretty sure. There's no need to heel and tow or rev match. Okay, and we're back on the road. Well, so far I've found that, I mean, I do that just out of habit when I'm going down on my gears anyway. Well, that was a nice bump I just felt in the sim. So as you can see, guys, the motion sim doesn't move all over the place like it does with the racing sims. That's to be expected because we're on very straight roads most of the time. Oh wow, I'm doing way over the speed limit here. So you don't get it. I've got the pitch set quite high to really sort of, bring in the hills when we go up a hill, down a hill. That feels really quite nice. The rig is leaning quite nicely at the moment around that. It's banking around that corner quite nice. It felt quite nice. And now around this one, you can see that. Boy, those little bumps on the line there that warn you're going out of your lane are pretty strong in the force feedback.
Go straight on.
Okay. I've got my British navigator here, my sat nav. I chose a British voice. Very posh. I think he must have been a butler to one of the lords. Go straight on. Yes, I'm slowing down. I've got a bit of a heavy foot. There's that problem with my shifter again. Putting it up into the gears where there are no gears. So we're coming into a hill here and the motion sim starts lifting up quite nicely. Hear the turbo kicking in there when I floor it. guy in this truck in front of us, he's all over the shop. That felt pretty cool. San Diego, here we come. So easy to speed. You guys have got to drive so slow over there on these highways. What is the go there? I suppose it's called revenue raising, is it? Well, guys, we've got a long way to go. I've got a long haul here till I'm actually. I'm in the wrong lane here. Sorry, buddy. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, I always appreciate a subscribe, and then click that notification bell so you know when the next videos come out. Guys, please like, subscribe, hit the notification, and leave me a comment if you're feeling in the mood.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
It's wild times here, driving the big rig in the big USA. You guys stay safe, stay healthy,
Left.
and take it easy out there.